Hi friends, it's Miss Chanel. So we're going to talk about decimals for a moment. Some of my friends have in their packet that went home decimal work. So I would like to talk about the importance of the decimal point and what it means. So first things first, decimals. A decimal number is based on the number 10, and they contain a decimal point, or just simply a dot. I like to call it a placeholder because it represents where our ones place begins. Okay, in our last video about place value, we spoke about how we always start by adding and subtracting within our ones, and we move to our tens, and we move to our hundreds. We also quickly talked about how if we look at 365 and we made these zeros, this would show how we're in the hundreds place. The same for our 6. If we were to put a 0 here, we'd have 6 tens. Okay, and then of course our 5 here means we have 5 ones. But we want to talk about what is further than the ones place, and we want to show this by our decimal point here. Okay, so this number is 365. The 5 is in the ones position, which means that we have 5 ones, okay, which is 5. The 6 is in the tens position, which means we have 6 tens, or 60. The 3 is in the hundreds position, which means we have 3 hundreds, or, and then if we look at our decimal point, we go back to those ones, we look at our decimal point, which is our placeholder, we are going to look here, and I have a 4. So this 4 represents the 10th place. And instead of the tens, we have the 10th place. The numbers to the right of a decimal point are 10 times smaller, okay, than our ones place. So this represents our ones. If we go to our tens are 10 times larger than our ones. Our hundreds are 10 times larger than our tens. We're just going backward and we're getting smaller, okay? So our 10th place is 10 times smaller. If we were to go to the next place, we'd go to the hundredths place, which is 10 times smaller again, and so on. Okay, we also can represent the tens place by a fraction, 1 over tenths. And then that, my friends, is a decimal number. So we are going to go a lot more into detail about decimals because we're going to learn how to add them and subtract them, and then we're going to multiply as well as we move along toward the throughout the end of the school year. And so I just want to make sure that we are understanding. If you have any questions, because I know decimals can be, when they're new to us, they can be very frustrating and very hard to understand. So if we have any questions, please email me. Like I've said before in emails, moms and dads, I'm available from 9 to noon, Monday through Friday, but I'm here to answer any questions you may have, because I know that decimals for our kiddos who are seeing them for the first time it's gonna be a little scary. So I want to make sure that we're understanding them, because I know also how hard it is when we are away from school as well. So I look forward to making the next video for you guys, where we're gonna dive a little deeper.